Hello, everyone, and welcome to Craft and Chat with Miss Craft Princess. I am your hostess, Miss Craft Princess, and I am thrilled to have you here with us. So, what is Craft and Chat? We get together every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Time, and we just craft. I'm making something pretty and sharing it with you, and we're decompressing and we're resetting our minds for the week ahead. Because let's face it, in a very few short hours, we'll be in the bed, and then tomorrow will be Monday. And we just want to just do a reset, a mental reset, and calm ourselves. And that's what crafting does. It is so just relaxing and therapeutic. And so I do that every Sunday, and I decided to invite you into my craft studio. I can tell you that it's storming here. We've been under a severe thunderstorm warning all day, flash flood warning. So you may hear thunder in the background. As long as we don't lose power or it doesn't start lightning real bad, I'll be here with you. Okay. So tonight we are going to make another adorable card. And let me just tell you that all the cards that I make appear on my website the next day. My website is MsCraftprincessDesigns.com. And you can follow me on my social media. It's Miss Craft Princess everywhere. And I would love to have you join our Miss Craft Princess family, okay? So I'm a handcrafted stationery and custom gift designer. I specialize in handcrafted greeting cards for all occasions. I also do gift items, and you can find all of that at Miss Craft Princess Designs. We're going to start with the stamping and image. And we're going to do a lot of die cutting, just a little coloring tonight, but we're going to make some baby cards. I've been asked about baby cards, and I needed to make some more for a while. So we are restocking what we have, and we are designing new ones. And so this one is going to be a new design, okay? But so adorable, and it gives me an opportunity to use some stamps I hadn't ever used before, because I have plenty of them. Close that up. Isn't that cute? Look at that sweet baby all around with an elephant in the center. So we're going to color the elephant, and I'm just going to keep it neutral with the elephant and make it neutral with the color. Let's see. So I have two colors, two grays, a light and a dark, and I'm going to start with my light gray. And just get some color down on there. Make sure I'm in the camera. So I hope that you all had a wonderful week. I did, and the weekend has been nice. Yesterday was really windy, and I didn't have an event. I just came off of a 2-day event. But my husband and I went out yesterday and supported others who had their tents up, and that was thunder. It was such a windy, blistery day, and we had 2 events here local, and so I went to support them and buy some things from them. So I love doing that because I know what it's like to be out there. And, it was, I don't know, it just wasn't a good day to be vending. And so I wanted to go out and show my support and make some purchases. And so that is what I did. So we put a little dark, just putting a little dark gray in here too, just to kind of give him some definition. So he's just not like a flat gray. And so putting some dark in there. And then I will pick up a little light and drag it through that dark just to give it, again, just give him some definition. Him or her, right? So it's just a cute little elephant. I saw this stamp and I could not believe that I hadn't used it yet. But when you have so many, it's easy to lose track sometimes. So anyway, I think that is cute enough. And you know, with I've told you all before, when you use alcohol inks, they evaporate. So that'll get a little bit lighter. He has some little toes, he or she. So I'm going to put, I don't know what color elephant toes should be, but I'm making them black. It's yours, mine, and when it's yours, you can make it any color you want. So I am now going to take this die. We're going to start doing some die cutting now. That is, believe it or not, all the stamping and coloring that we're going to do. Can you believe that? As you know, MsCraftprincess likes to stamp and color. I'm going to move this up a little bit while I get my die cutting machine. I really want to try to get through this card before weather forces me to stop. Go up a little bit. Okay. And so if you've been with me a little while, you know that I don't tape my dies down to my images. I just don't. And, we'll run that through. Run it back. Pop that out. Isn't that cute? That is such a precious image. Okay, dump that. So we have some more die cutting to do. So I'm using digital paper. And so I've already printed it just to save some time. So this, look at that paper. And when I printed it, to tell you the truth, I didn't notice this, but look, the little gray elephant. So they coordinate. So anyway, what we're going to do with this one is kind of line up the pieces of this paper that I want. Kind of line it up. Okay. We're going to die cut. So we're doing more, this one's more about die cutting than it is, but it's going to be such a cute card. Just stick with me. And if you're having a baby, you're going to a baby shower, you know somebody's having a baby, this would be such a cute card. So now I'm going to pull in some gray because, of course, I have the gray in the elephant on that paper as well as the gray in that. So we're going to pull in this gray sheet and I am going to die cut it. And this one is like a little stitched die. And so, you know, I could have just cut the paper to the sides, but let's just give it a little something. So we're going to run that through. Appreciate you all joining us live. And for, if you're watching the replay, let me know in the comments, #replay on my Facebook. My Facebook family is here. And you know, Miss Craft Princess doesn't really like to throw anything away. So I'm gonna save that piece because that'll be good for something else. Okay. So we've got this piece and this, and we've got our little image. And now I am going to cut another gray with a larger circle, a little larger circle. And oops. And I'm like really cutting it close with this one. But I think I can get a whole circle out of there. Yep, I got the whole one with nothing to spare. And then I think my last piece of paper we're going to die cut is this pretty blue, which probably looks gray to you on camera, but trust me, it's blue. And so we're going to die cut it. So a lot of different papers that we're die cutting, but when it comes together, it's going to be beautiful. It is going to be beautiful. Let's see what we have here. Toss that. And there we go. Got that piece. So I think that is all the die cutting I need to do. Sorry about that. Here on my tray. Let's bring all the bits and bobs in and see what we have. So this one's going to be a pretty quick card, and I'm going to go with liquid glue tonight instead of my big ATG gun. So on this sweet one, we're going to put some glue. See if it's going to come out. I was using it a little earlier. Okay. There we go. And we will kind of line that up. That's why we cut the bigger gray circle, because I wanted to, you know, give that a little border. And so we have that one. And then we're going to take this beautiful baby paper, this baby boy paper, and we're going to put some glue on it. And you know that I am big on glue because I always say that a Miss Craft Princess design card cannot fall apart, right? We're not doing that. That's one thing we are not doing. So I'll use the glue. We'll just buy some more if we need to. And we are going to take this beautiful, see the stitches in that die? Yeah, that's why I didn't want to just cut it. I wanted to use a die to cut it. So we're going to line that. Isn't that pretty already? That is pretty already. So then we have this piece, and this is the blue. It may not look blue to you on camera, but trust me, it's blue. And so it is going to be our first layer. So we are going to take our glue again. And it has just a little texture on the front. I could have embossed. You know, I'm big on my embossing folders, and because I love texture in a card. But I think all of the different layers that we're using tonight on this card is enough to give it the texture. I'm going to give it a little lift. You'll see a little bit later. So I didn't emboss this because that paper has a little texture on it. So we're going to lay that on our card base like so. And I'm going to open it up, make sure I got it turned the right way. Don't want to make a backwards card. I've done that before. Okay. Then we're going to take this layer and we're going to put some glue on it. Go all the way around. And we'll glue in the center. And we're going to put that right in the center. Okay. And so that's what we have thus far. Then remember that we did this really sweet elephant. Now, you could glue it flat down, but it's a little flat for me. And you know I like a little volume, right? So I have some little dots, foam dots, and I'm going to use that to pop this up. So I'm just going to put some foam dots around and just to give it just a little lift. It's not necessary, but I just want a little lift. So we will just put them, and I use them. I use them like I use glue. You know, I'll just buy some more because I'm always conscious of the fact that you may not be handing the card to someone. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much for joining, Sandy, and thank you. I'm glad you're liking the card already. It could go through the mail, and so I want to make sure that everything is secure, so that it won't have any problems going through the mail. So I am going to lift these little tabs off, and because I don't have fingernails, I've cut them really short. I'm going to use this little pokey tool to get the tops off these little foam dots and release the adhesive part to them. So get those off. So when you put 1,000 on, then it just takes a little bit longer to get them off, right? So you got to be mindful of that too. But we are almost there, I think. I just kind of feel around to make sure, since it's white on white. And get that off. Get that one off. Come on. Okay, I think I have them all. And because these are not brand new foam dots, I've had them a while, I'm just going to put a little dot of glue on them. They appear to have a lot of adhesive and would stick, but you know what I say, MsCraftprincess card cannot fall apart. So we're just going to do that. And then, of course, you could put it in the center, but I'm feeling kind of off center, I guess, because of our weather. So I am going to, and I think it gives it a bit more visual interest. So I'm going to put it over here to the side. I'm going to put it over here to the side. Just kind of tap it down and see that just gives it just a little lift without it being too flat. And that is our card. Look at that. So I'm not gonna, I seldom put an inside in when we're together because I really don't have enough time. But there is something I wanted to do. As I was looking at this card, I thought, well, first of all, let's just stop and look at the card. Isn't that sweet? I think new parents would be thrilled to get this card that says sweet baby all around. It's just so cute. Okay, but envelopes. I'm going to talk about envelopes. So I am not one that typically decorates my envelopes. I'm just not. Some people do, but I don't. But for this one, I thought, because this is digital paper, so I am never going to run out. And I guess that's why I don't, because, you know, I make a lot of, because I'm in the business, I make a lot of the same cards. So I need to make sure that I have the stock that I need to make them. So I had a strip left. And so a lot of times if I'm stamping, I'll stamp on the envelope. But I want to do now is deal with the flap of this envelope. Okay. So I have a glue stick here. And I am just going to apply glue up to the seam of this envelope. It's where I want to get up to. So I'm going to lift it up a little bit and make sure I'm staying in camera. Okay. And get all the way out to the edge here and just be generous with it. I didn't use my ATG to do this because once you stick it, it's stuck. Okay, and then I'm going to take this paper, this extra paper, and I'm going to lay it across. And let me lift it up. And make sure it's straight and just kind of burnish it, which is just rubbing it down, making sure that it's stuck. Okay. And then I'll go to the underside and do the same thing. And then we're going to cut off the excess. So we'll just see where it is. We'll cut the excess. And it's on that side. Okay. And I'm going to toss this. Y'all know I don't like to toss scraps, but I am going to toss that. And now I have a decorated envelope. So, card goes inside the envelope, goes through the mail. You get it and you go, oh, it's a card. And then you flip it over and go, oh my goodness. That took that envelope from flat to fab in no time at all, did it not? And then they open it and they pull out the card and they flip it over. And look at that. Now you got a card and an envelope. Is that not cute? And so I couldn't do a boy and not do a girl. So I've already done the girl's card. And I still use the same little elephant. But look at this sweet paper. It's got bows and hearts. And I was just in a gray. Gray was my color. So here it made sense because the little elephants in the paper are gray. But I just left it, you know, pink and gray because that's such a beautiful combination. And then I took the paper and you saw me do that. And so I applied it. So they're getting this card in the mail. It's coming in and they go, oh, I got a card. They flip it over. How cute is that? Now, wouldn't that make you excited about opening the envelope to see what's in it? And then you open it and there's the card. I just I love these, and I hope you do too. So that's our little boy card, and that's the baby girl card. And these two are going to go up on my website tomorrow, which is MsCraftPrincessDesigns.com. So if you're looking for a baby card, and I wanted to share with you because I have a few more minutes. I was able to finish this before our power went out. Yay, because it is storming here. If you were here earlier, you heard the thunder. It's been thundering off and on. So, but some of the other little cards we have, this one is one of my all-time favorites, and I'm out of the little boy version, so I've got to make some more. But look at this. Look at that sweet baby girl card. And what I did is I stamped these, I colored them, and then I fussy cut because I did not have a die. And then I popped them up. They're on little foam dots. And then for these, I actually stamped. And I may make this card with y'all next Sunday. How about that? We're going to stay in the baby mode for a little bit because I am getting a lot of requests for baby cards. So we'll make this one next week. Okay. And then we have this one, 10 little fingers and 10 little toes with that beautiful digital paper. I just love that one. And these were my first ones that I made and put on my website. And they have just been so popular. All God's grace in one tiny face. And I did that for a boy. And then I did that for a girl. Just change the color. Yeah. And then let's see what it says on the inside. Congratulations on your baby boy with a little bottle. And then for the little girl, congratulations on your baby girl with the bottle. So we're in baby mode right now, just because I needed to put more baby cards on my website, and I'm getting requests for baby cards. So that's why we took the time tonight to make this sweet card together. And so if you're making cards, remember to decorate the envelope. A lot of times I just stamp on them, but don't forget that envelope flap if you have some extra paper that you've used on your card, because it just elevates it, right? And the same for the baby girl. I just took the extra paper that I had and I put it on the flap just to kind of elevate it. And I love that. And it's something that I'm going to be doing more of. So I hope that you have enjoyed this. I thank you so much for joining me for Craft and Chat with Miss Craft Princess. We will be back here next Sunday. We're here every Sunday at 7 p.m. Central Time, which is 8 p.m. Eastern Time. And we just are making something pretty, and we are resetting our minds for the week ahead. I hope that y'all have an amazing week. And remember, giving a handcrafted greeting card is like giving a hug. Be blessed. Bye.